Okay, I'm going to be talking really fast because I want to make sure you have enough time to get your work done. So we talked yesterday about text structure, what it is, and why it's important. Ultimately, it helps us organize information in our brains so that we remember it longer and have a way of just organizing it so that it makes sense. We've done compare and contrast. We will eventually work through these other text structures, but today we're going to work on description and really focus on getting rid of that "this says" or "the evidence shows" kind of elaboration. We're going to work on enduring impacts in English as we prepare for the social studies essay that you're going to be writing. We're going to look at allusions in literature and pop culture, whereas in social studies you're focusing on government and architecture and things like that. So we're going to practice the writing format in English so that you can apply it in social studies. So we've spent a lot of time talking about characters in Greek mythology to help build up your background so that when you come across these in the real world, you have some context for them. So in this video, and it's not going to play for me for some reason, these two people work in an office and he calls her a Medusa. He says, "Okay, Medusa." And I have to think about, well, what do I know about Medusa? She has snakes for hair. She turns people to stone. She's just not very happy. She has no friends. She's mean. And so when he says that to her, he's applying those same characteristics to her. She woke up on the wrong side of the bed. She's been very snappy and mean to her coworkers. So she's not really Medusa. It's an illusion. She's acting a lot like one. And yes, it's not going to play. So pop culture, literature, you know what literature is. Books, poems, any written works that have to do with Greek mythology is where we'll look for allusions. But pop culture is a little bit more fun. We look at TV shows and movies, products that we buy, sports teams, fashion, video games, basically anything that's just popular in our world. And we're going to use the strategy called illustration, because it works well with descriptive writing. It's a way to support an idea or opinion by providing descriptive examples and further elaboration on important ideas. And we use these transitions to do that. So I want you to open to your notebook so that you have this handy. This is how all of your elaboration has to start today, with one of these transitions. So I give you the example. The film The Sandlot features an allusion to the god Hercules. That's my evidence. That's the allusion. I'm just going to state it. Now I have to describe it. I have to explain, well, why did The Sandlot use that allusion? To illustrate the fear the boys felt, the film named the main antagonist, the neighbor's dog, after the god Hercules. Including this name further highlights how large, aggressive, and strong the dog is, much like the god himself, and helps the viewer understand just why the kids would be so scared of encountering the animal while on their quest to retrieve their missing baseball. Okay, so you can see I used two transitions from my illustration strategy, and I give the evidence, and then it took two sentences to really explain that. I have to explain the reference in the film, but then I also have to make the connection to Greek mythology, that he was large, aggressive, and strong, the god, which is translated to the dog. Ironically, I just noticed god and dog backwards. I forget what you call those. So you're going to do this today. On the top left corner of the screen in this slide in your Google Classroom, there's a screencast that walks you through this example. So make sure you take your time and you follow the directions. I go through and I help you quite a bit, but I really want you to try as much as you can to do it on your own. And if you have any questions, you can email me. Good luck.